Not really
Hi guys,
shirts.
and welcome to tonight's show. I'm Zeleny,
And I'm Wendy.
and we have all the rights to the music that was played. The show is not intended for children under the age of 18 unless you allow it.
Due to language, topics, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever you want to name it, we got it.
Tonight we are taking a shot of,
Tequila, rosé, or rosé tequila, whatever the heck it's called.
I don't know, I just always call it tequila rose.
Okay, that one.
Let us know what you're taking a shot of. It's my favorite, so it always goes down very, very good.
I don't care for it.
Why?
I love the actual strawberry, the fruit, the strawberry flavor stuff. I do not care for.
I thought it was coconut.
That too.
Oh my.
Banana flavor stuff is another one too. Like, just give me the fruit. Don't flavor shit at this point.
Okay. Let us know what you're making today. I know you sent it to me.
I was like, I don't even know what it's called.
I know you sent it to me, and I was so happy to, make it because it's awesome.
She's on a healthier lifestyle, so I'm trying to be a supportive friend and not fuck shit up for her.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? Just sugar free or carb
No,
free,
it's a low carb, high protein diet.
Okay, so for the looks of it, this drink doesn't have a name, so you guys can name it whatever y'all want. But it's Keto 1 Botanical Peach and Orange Blossom.
And by the way, nobody sponsors us. We sponsor ourselves. So let's just get that. And it does say to drink it slowly. I don't know why. But
Maybe it'll get you. Oh, because if it's sugar free, usually sugar free stuff will get you drunk faster.
Oh, okay. So it's
like whatever
regular.
it's like whatever you add to make it sweeter has that effect with alcohol, I've heard.
Oh, okay. Hi guys, welcome.
That's why they say, like, if you get Diet Coke with your alcohol, you'll get drunk faster.
And that's funny because I've been drinking a lot like Diet Coke with Bacardi, and it doesn't seem to get me drunk at all. And I drink like 3 of them, and it doesn't. So. Cool.
Oh, sorry. So I definitely did a horrible job of narrating. This is sparkling ice orange mango, and I'm going to be adding sugar-free Sprites to this.
Cool. While she does that, I'm going to go over the first topic, which is trusting people after they've hurt you versus trusting yourself due to not listening to your own gut.
Let me get that one.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
And we're not talking about cheating. So people can break your trust in many different ways.
They could tell you, like you could have told them something in secret and they go and tell someone else.
Or your partner could have just broken your trust in many different ways. So we're not talking about just cheating. It's
not respecting your boundaries.
Right. So it's like a versus thing.
Like, there's multiple ways. There's no, like, clear-cut way.
No, it's just breaking your trust in general.
Yes.
I can't wait to try this. Like, my fingers are just going.
It's a pretty color. It reminds me of, like, summertime. It's very light.
It's really light. It's not sweet. It's not sour. I kind of could drink this, like, all night.
Well, we do have enough to make it all night.
Ooh. This definitely got a thumbs up. So, do you put the blame on the person that broke the trust, or do you kind of put the blame on yourself because you knew it and you didn't listen to your gut and do the right thing?
So, both. I don't want to say equal blame because it's definitely not equal blame, because what kind of life are you living if you don't trust anybody? Because then you're just guarded all the time. But
you felt it. You felt it deep down inside, and you didn't listen to what you knew. You knew, and you didn't listen to what your gut was telling you. They always say, don't listen to your brain, don't listen to your heart, listen to your gut. Your gut is always going to tell you what your brain and your heart refuses to understand.
The only reason why I say equal part is, how many times have you ignored your gut? Because, when you're younger, you don't fully understand that. So if it's my first or second or third time and I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, let's be honest, we're like naive. We haven't really experienced the real world. So we like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You learn from those experiences to be like, damn, my gut was trying to tell me. And as you get older, you listen to your gut before you listen to other people. So it's a learning experience for you at the end of the day anyway, just not a good one, but you learn it somehow.
I like your ring. It moves when...
I know, I wanted to cosplay as Medusa one year, and I bought this, and I bought the dress, and I never got to do it, so it's still there. So it's still on my to-do list.
Sorry,
anyways,
I kind of went off topic.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was just going, and my eye went to it, and I stopped listening to what you were saying. Sorry.
But,
okay, so I understand what you say there, but now that's the first time you were naive. Yeah. But now let's go to you're older, you have a little bit more experience. Mm-hmm. Could you use that excuse?
As an older, like me now, if let's say I had a gut feeling and I decided to ignore it, and I'm gonna use you as an example, and I trusted you and you betrayed my trust.
But deep down inside you were like, I don't know if I can trust Zell. Zell's not the type of person, which I'm not. I mean, I am the,
I understand what you mean, but you better explain it to them.
We all know. We all definitely know. You could trust me. But if I did something or something just, when you have that gut feeling like, I don't know if I could trust Zell with that.
It doesn't sit right.
It doesn't sit right with you. But now you're like, maybe I'm going to trust her. But you knew deep down inside, I'm not going to trust Zell. Like, Zell's not that type of person that I could trust. And you went ahead and you told me something, knowing that you had that benefit of the doubt. Whose fault is it? Mine or yours?
Both. Because me for being dumbass, for ignoring my gut, and you're an adult. You should know better. And I should know better for trusting you. But at the end of the day, both. I can be mad at myself and mad at you. It doesn't have to be either or. It could be both.
Okay. Now, do you carry that to the next... Would you carry that to the next person? The bad experience you had with me, is it fair to the next person?
No. But if my gut tells me, hey, I'm just going to be more attentive and listen more and pay attention... Granted, it's not going to be an open door policy when I first meet them because, I still need to feel you out. And unfortunately, everyone wears a mask. It takes a while before you get to truly know someone. Hence why they're you never know who the person is till you're at least 6 months in a relationship or whatever. It takes a while till they get comfortable and their true color starts showing. So if I decide to give them the benefit of the doubt before the 6 months, that's on me.
Right. See, I'm a little bit different. And maybe that's why... I don't know. I give people, I kind of give you it all. I put it all in your hands. And then once you break that, that's when I take it away.
You know what? Honestly, I just lost so much faith in humanity. And I fucking hate people at this point. It is what it is. I'm just people suck. And I can't wait till the earth explodes.
Now, what do you guys think? Or what do you do? In a situation, do you guys give the trust out automatically right away, or do you make them earn it first? We want to know, how do you
earn someone's trust, though?
See, that's why I said I give it to you first. I give it to you automatically until you break it.
You don't... Okay, I hate that, you earn the trust. I'm not a big fan of that because you don't earn it. I don't want to say win it either, but it's more win it because they're going off of what you present, your character, your personality, what they've seen. It's not it's all right, I clean the dishes, so I get a quarter of your trust now. And I cook dinner for you, so that's another quarter of trust. You don't earn the trust. It's based off of all what we've seen and experienced with you. That makes us decide whether we want to give you that trust or not.
There's something that I read. People tend to put up is it a facade? Did I say that right?
Facade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So basically, people like to put on a mask.
It's fake. For 3 months. For 3 months. That's the most that a human being can put a show on for people. After those 3 months, they tend to show you their true colors.
Yeah.
If after the 3 months they continue to be the same person, that they've shown you in the beginning, that's what you get.
Yeah.
After that, so basically, the way they can earn it is you see what they become after the 3 months. So generally, how they earn it is if they continue to be that friend, that partner, the boyfriend, the girlfriend for the 3 months. And then you can really see what they are.
Yeah.
After that 3 months, then you can continue giving them that. Or you can just be that type of person to listen to your gut and not give them any information or not give them any trust until that 3 months. But are you cheating yourself out in the beginning because you're not giving them that? Because you're following your gut?
It's only cheating if you're losing out on something.
Well, you're not getting the full relationship. You're not opening up completely to somebody.
I mean, I guess it depends on you ask. Like I said, I hate people, so to me, I'm just like, I really don't see a loss there. Like, I'm just like, all right, so then we don't get it. We don't get it. We keep it moving.
Oh, see, that's...
I'm not the... It sounds horrible. Like, not everyone, most people that meet me are like, oh my God, you're such an extrovert. You're so social. And I'm like, not really. Like, I'm social depending on who my surrounding is. That'll give you...
That's different. Wendy, when you first met me, I'm not who you thought I was, right?
Yeah, you had a mega bitch face. Like,
honestly,
when I first met her, I was like, I don't think I like her.
You see? And that's what I'm saying. It takes so much time and many social gatherings for you to see who I really am.
More like 3 years.
You see? So it really takes a long time for somebody to actually get to know me. Because you can see me at many, many gatherings, and the face you get from me or a conversation that you'll get from me is this.
She ain't lying.
Mm-hmm. And even when it comes to food, I'll take the hamburger, I'll take the hot dog, no bun, please. Or no this, no that, no that. And people were like, oh my God, she is this. And I am not, I'm really not. So you didn't really people don't get to know me until like several months or several gatherings. So, but honestly, am I a trustworthy person?
Yeah, definitely.
You can trust me with your life. Well, maybe not. Don't trust me with your life.
I was like, I don't know, like, am I talking like I got shot and I need you to take a bullet out? Like, what are we talking about?
You can trust me with that because I can sew you up. Like, I got
I'm gonna get you to take a bullet out first because I don't think it went through and through.
But, I mean, you see, and that's where it comes in. Like, literally, when I say it takes like 3 months to know a person, but the gut feeling you would get from me in the beginning is not a good one. It's not a good one at all. I'm straight up. You would be like, I get a bad gut feeling from this girl. So
because you have this whole like keep away bitch vibe.
It's a bad demeanor.
But you know what's crazy? When we went to New Orleans, people have no problem approaching you.
I don't know why. And that's the thing. They want to approach, and I'm like, do you really want to do that? And then they come, they flock.
They do.
I don't know.
To you.
So I mean, you really have to. It's hard trusting people after they've hurt you. But now, see, here's my thing. Once you hurt me, like, and I'm talking from my own personal experience. Once you hurt me to the core, it's very hard for me to trust you again. And it's actually hard for me to trust the next person.
See?
Because I'll look at you and I will take my past experience and I will reflect it on you. And that's so bad.
See, I don't have that issue. Not much. Maybe a little bit, but not much. I'm not going to hold you for something the last person did. Because I know everyone has a different upbringing, a different personality, X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. But I'm not going to hold you. It's definitely going to be my experience with you that's going to make the deciding factor.
Shit, you better be after having to deal with a monster. But, and it's bad when you do, see, I say that's great for you because you don't deflect on the next person. The next person doesn't have to suffer for what somebody else did.
Yeah.
With me, it's a little bit different because the next person does have to deal with what somebody else did until you show me different. And it's bad. I mean, you get two different perspectives.
Yeah.
Until I get somebody to be like, hey, that person didn't do this. And sometimes it takes like friends or family to show me or to tell me like hey,
fucking up.
Yeah, you're the one that's in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like you need to pull back a little bit. And I mean, it's okay if people have to tell you that or, to take advice from people. We're human.
Yeah. We're flawed. We're
Yeah.
not perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for me, I feel like for the most part, what you see is what you get. Like, when we first meet, depending on the setting, and I stress, the setting will definitely tell you, like, my demeanor. Like, if it's a more social gathering, like, smaller, like, it's not at a club, I'm definitely more open to being friendly. Now, if we're at a club, my whole stay the fuck away from me mask is put on, and I'm just like, I'm not friendly, I'm not really approachable, no nothing. And it's nothing against you, it's just there's so many people here and I don't feel like dealing with so many people. It drains me. So I put that up as a barrier because I'm like, I don't want to deal with it.
So what you're saying too, it also depends on the situation you're at or the place that you're at.
Yeah.
You may want to consider where you're at determines too how you're going to perceive and what you're going to take in and how you're going to feel having to deal with trust issues.
And the quantity of people too.
Who you're with.
Yeah. Because you know how sometimes you can be invited and you go with your group of friends and there's other people there. If it's like, I want to say like 20, 25, I usually can deal with that and be semi-social. Now, if we're at a club, no. I'm not going to be really like friendly or social. You're going to get like, hey, like a cut off, hey, like there's no smile. Maybe a smile if you're kind of cute, but like just like, hey. And it's not anything towards you. It's just because I know already at the club, and unfortunately I've had that experience. It's not me reflecting. It's just me protecting, like not encouraging the craziness. I don't want to be nice to you, and then a bunch of people see and come and be like, hey, she's approachable, so I'm going to approach her, and then have to deal with that one and that one and that one and that one, so I'd rather just be like, hey, if we go out to like the diner afterwards, you'll see me nicer. Unless I'm drunk, then I'm just super fucking friendly and ignore me then.
All right, well, that's the end of that topic.
You got a comment?
Oh, I'm too forgiving, that's my curse. But when I cut you off, you're dead to me. Okay, so now my question is, when it comes, so you're forgiving. So you'll forgive the person over and over and over again. Now, the topic is trusting. Do you trust that person again? That's the question. You forgive them, but deep down inside, do you trust them? In your gut, because that's now the second part of the topic. In your gut, do you trust them again?
You forgive, but you never forget. And that's always going to play into your trust. It is. Like, unless you have amnesia, that's always going to be in the back of your head. You're always going to be able to recall that. Or if any little thing they do is going to trigger it or bring back that memory, and you're always going to be like on the defensive.
It's like if you take this glass and you break it. You can put the glass together with glue, but you'll still see all the cracks in the glass.
It won't be the way it was before.
It's not. So you can forgive, but do you trust them again? Can you forget? No. Because you'll always look at the glass and you will always see the cracks in the glass.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. While we wait for the comment to come, we'll go to the next topic. Should a woman ask a man to marry her? Is it taboo? Is it acceptable? Is it a bad thing? We want to know. What are your opinions on that? Oh, I forgot the question, but I don't think I'll trust too easy. I'll take a lot. Okay. So there you go.
So can a woman propose to a man?
Most definitely a woman can propose to a man. Absolutely. Why not?
I mean, shit, you got house husbands, so fuck it.
Absolutely. A woman can propose to a man. Why not?
Now, it also depends on the type of man you're with. Because if it's a man that's easily emasculated, like he feels like, oh my gosh, he's trying to be the man of the relationship, they're not going to like it. They're not going to take it well.
Hello and welcome to tonight's show. Welcome.
All right, so for the men out there, if a woman proposed to you, how would you react or deal with it? How would you feel?
It's directed to the men. We have quite a few men on tonight's show.
So don't be quiet now.
Do not be quiet. We want to know. If a woman asked you to marry her, would you say yes? Would you feel
Demasculated. Would you feel
demasculated? Yeah.
Whatever. You guys know what we're talking about.
Yes, yes.
Would you feel like a bitch? Point blank.
But why do you have to say it like that?
Because we can't say the word. We try to get them to understand.
I don't think it's a problem if a woman proposes.
So if a woman proposed to you, you'd be like, and you loved her, y'all clearly dating, because if a stranger proposed, that'd be fucking ludicrous. You'd be like, yes, babe, I want to marry you.
No, we didn't. To answer your question, y'all didn't like my storytelling last week. No, we didn't. No.
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 No. Would you ever propose to a man while we wait for these men to answer our questions? Stop deflecting.
No. I would not. I would, if I was living with somebody, which, let me just, my stance, I would not, if I was with somebody, I would not be living with him. He would be living in his own place. I would be living with mine. We'd be dating.
Okay.
We could date forever. Him in his place and me in mine. We would not be living together, not married. We would be dating. We would be dating for 15, 20 years. But would I ask him to marry me? No. If you want to marry me, ask me to marry you. Because you're the man and I'm the woman. I've been raised like that. If you really wanted to marry me, you would ask me to marry you. That's it. I don't feel there's nothing wrong with a woman asking a man to marry him. However, let me just say, I would consider it if he had a lot of money.
I would too. Especially if he was old.
I am not money hungry.
I can be bought. We all got a fucking price. Don't play. We all got a price.
That's about it. I still don't know what happened in his story, and now I forgot about it. Laugh out loud. But yeah, that's my stance on it.
I mean, hey, the closer you are to your death, the better our chances of getting married.
That's about it. Money is always the motivator. No, it's not. Definitely
it sure
not.
ain't fucking love.
That's true.
Like, honestly, love is not enough to make a fucking relationship work. I don't care what fairy tale you've been reading. It's compromise, compassion, respect, understanding, communication. There's a whole bunch of shit goes in there.
Yeah.
So if I want to make it on money, fuck it.
Money is a factor to it. It's not everything. It is. How much would he have to make per year for you to ask? A whole lot.
I just need to see that bank account. I want to see how many zeros he has before that number, after that number.
A whole lot. He would have to be very, 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 very wealthy. Because I can make my own money.
You do make
my own money.
I was like, both work.
Yeah. So I don't need money. Money's not a motivator to me. Unless he had a lot of money. Let's just say.
I mean, even if it wasn't the money and I know he had enough to be like her. Example, Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player, he pays his girlfriend $110,000 a month. His girlfriend. I think it might be his fiance. She's pregnant.
Yes, she's
pregnant and has a kid. Even though they're about to get married, he still pays her every month. I can live like that.
Yeah, so we're talking a lot of money. But let's just get it. I have my own job. I have my own career. I have my own degree. I have my own house. So that money's not an indicator. And let's not talk about love, because Love is not enough to carry a relationship.
It sure as hell ain't.
No. So, if she proposes, would I accept? I'm not sure. I don't know. I would be against it, but I wouldn't know what to say.
Would you be against it because you weren't the one to propose to her, or because you weren't expecting it?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Shit, I ain't judging. Laugh out loud. Just saying. Finances will change folks' ideas and morals. I don't think morals.
Fuck out of here, yes, morals. Because people will commit murder and crimes for fucking money. We see it every day.
That is true.
What?
Would you ever propose?
Like I said, if that counts.
No. let's take money out of the equation. Okay. You already established you would for money and if he was old.
Basically,
about
sugar
the
daddy. Got it.
Yes. Would you propose to a man?
Honestly, probably not. And it's not the fact. How do I explain this? It's the idea of me proposing to a man because if you want me, you propose. It's just the idea of marriage itself. That's why I won't. I'm not against marriage. If it happens, it happens. But marriage is not my end goal. Like, marriage is not something I need to accomplish. Like, where you said if you were dating and you live separate, that's fine. Where I'm like, if we have everything else that meets my requirement and marriage is neither of our end goals, like if we talked it out and was like, you tell me your ideas, like I eventually want to get married, and I'm like, oh, I mean, no. Then clearly that's something we either have to compromise or keep it moving, like if it's non-negotiable. But I wouldn't have a problem living with you and being like, all right, we just forever dating. Like, because to me, honestly, it's a fucking piece of paper and a ring. Because if you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat whether I'm married or not. If you're going to act like a dumbass, you're going to do it regardless if I'm married or not. What changes from the marriage besides the last name? And I'm going to be honest, I'm not giving up my last name. I like mine.
Yeah. I think that somebody submitted a topic like that, so I can't wait till that comes out. Thank you, FT Wendy. What does FT stand for?
French toast.
Oh. Okay.
For a quick second, I had to think about it. I was like, what?
Okay. I said I wouldn't. She wouldn't. At Wendy. See, I can't. See, here's my thing. It's not about the idea of us having a paper established. I can't live with somebody for 15 years. You tell me what I can or cannot do. As far as, I'm not talking about telling me what I can or cannot do. Me even considering your feelings or your stance on something, how I can dress, how I can walk, how I can talk, where I can go, who I can go with. If we're not married, we're boyfriend and girlfriend living together for 15 years, and I'm walking away, or you can walk away, and me leave with nothing. You understand?
Same thing with marriage.
Yeah, no.
I mean, no, because
legally, there's a lot of stuff that
if I got married, I would sign a prenup because I'm not walking away with your debt either. I'm not walking away with your debt.
Right, married, but if we're not married, there ain't no prenup.
But that's exactly. There's not really much. You're saying walking away, which is cool.
But see,
but you can still have stuff in each other's names and split it down, even if you're not married.
Right.
Because now,
but there's stuff in each other's name. But see, I'm not gonna consider you. We're living together. You see what I'm saying? We're living together for so long. I'm not considering you. That's why you could stay in your place and I'll stay in mine. And then you could sleep over every once in a while. I'll sleep over once in a while, but you can go to your place and I'll stay in mine.
Like I said, I mean, I really just don't see marriage. Like again, marriage is not an end goal. Marriage is not an accomplishment for me. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But what matters to be more than that marriage is that relationship. How we interact, how we speak, our communication, our comprehension. Because it doesn't matter how much I talk to you. I can talk to you until I'm blue in the face. If you can't fucking understand me, it's going to be a problem forever.
That's fine. You could do it in your place and I'll do it in mine. And we can meet up, different days of the week. We ain't got to live together. What if you're the one with the debt? Then I'll handle my debt on my own.
Thank you.
Without bringing you into the mix.
I'm like, I don't see my debt as my debt. I just don't want to take on yours.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to take on mine. Like, that makes no sense. Now, if you offer, then by all means, go ahead and pay it off.
Yeah, I'm not forcing you to do that.
I'm not an obligation.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get on my knee to ask you to marry me with a debt, because that's just gonna add more onto that debt.
If I ever got married, destination wedding, because I don't give a fuck who shows up or not.
Yeah.
Either you make it or you don't, but I'm gonna be on the beach.
But there's so many men. Wait,
that's what I was just about to say.
There's so many men, and I still have not heard. Oh, only two that said, yeah. Poppy Pancakes.
He said yeah or no?
No, he said he doesn't know how he would feel, or he probably wouldn't. He just wouldn't know what to say to her.
Oh.
And then
the other one said no. Oh well, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He's not against it, but he wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he would say yeah. He would probably jump for joy. He'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, yeah. But women take half with them when they divorce, though. So do men.
Yeah. It all depends on who makes more. It has nothing to do with sex. It's definitely about who makes more. Because I've definitely seen women have to pay alimony.
Yes.
So
I've seen men come in with nothing and leave with half.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I got your name right.
Mm-mm. So all the other guys just not even commenting.
You want to know why? Because they would say yes.
I mean, just like it makes a girl feel wanted and whatever else, I imagine it must feel the same way for a guy on some level. Because on some level, if he's one who's always been a provider, they're going to feel some type of offense. Because they're going to be like, this is my job and you just took that away from me. So it depends on their personality and person, I would imagine.
I'm leaving with something, Denzel Washington. I mean, I think part of me as well as a woman is, if the man's not asking me to marry him, is in my head, maybe it's probably because I'm an overthinker as well.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be with me.
All right, so I was like, how do I say this? Stop fucking like a bitch. Not you, me.
If you don't want to be with me, men, you should know if you want to be with a woman, a year to 2 years are into the relationship.
Usually before then, men know. No lie, men usually know before then if they can see themselves with that person forever.
So why do certain men?
I think it's
stay in a relationship for 10, 12.
Without proposing?
Yes.
Here's the question. Is this a conversation they had? Maybe she's like, not right now. There's so much behind the door that we don't know. Every relationship's different. Others are just like, they're staying, they love her, they appreciate her, but they can't see forever with her. Complacency, comfortability.
15 years is like forever.
Complacency,
10 years is forever.
People have such a fear from starting over. Some people be like, I'd rather suck it up and stay with them because this is what I know already instead of having to start over.
Because it's already
already
costumbre.
established. Yeah.
Costumbre. I don't know how to say that in English.
It's a habit now, basically.
Yeah.
Like that comfortability, that complacency level. Complacency is no joke. It will stop people from doing shit because they are comfortable, and having to push your boundaries and outside your comfort zone. People don't like that. That's why people stay at sucky-ass job because they don't want to have to start over. Sucky-ass relationship because they don't want to have to start dating. They always look at the negative.
We have statistics here.
Oh, yes. Throw some numbers.
84% of women are the ones who usually file for divorce. So how many men get to leave with half? It doesn't matter who files.
Yeah.
It's what you still leave with.
And it also depends on the reason why you're filing, too.
Right.
So it plays into it.
Right. The majority of it is irreconcilable differences. Because when you file for like adultery, you really have to be able to prove that. You need concrete facts. So the majority of it is irreconcilable differences. And men and women still have to, when you are legally married, you still get to leave with half. You have to leave with half.
You don't have to, because so I know someone that's getting divorced. His wife filed. Now, he was the moneymaker compared, like, not to say she wasn't working, she was, or is better said, but he makes more money. So he has to pay alimony. But they have a house together, which they're not selling to give her half. Because she asked, like, just give me the equity in the house. But honestly, you're not always required to get half. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's literally like, all right, well, you just get alimony or whatever. Like, each case is different depending on the judge, the lawyers, how good they are, if you guys can come to an agreement.
No, it does matter. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It does not matter. It all depends on the situation.
Like I said, there's so many variables to this to be like, oh, with most women do walk away with the money just because the men usually make more than them. Now, when it's the roles are reversed,
men do leave with
it's
with
just,
more than what they come in with. Booyah. It all depends. Every circumstance is different, just because of assets involved.
How long y'all been together also plays into it,
right?
Like if y'all been married for 7 years, what lifestyle you've been accustomed to, or that they provided, like all that plays into it.
If she doesn't work, if he works, what you provide for her, what she can't provide, if children are involved, what activities the children have, if there's daycare, if there's extracurricular activities, all of that.
Yeah, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. Every case and every divorce is not the same.
And that is why I say it is better to be married if you're living together and all of this is involved. The court needs to be involved if you're married. If you're living together and you're not married, there's nothing that establishes that. There's nothing that you can fight for. Because believe it or not, in Pennsylvania, even if you're married, if you're living together for 7 years,
they did away with the common law.
They did away with common law marriages.
Most states did.
You leave with nothing. Zero.
And that's fine by me, because if I did get married, we'd be signing a prenup. So I'm leaving with what I came with. So to me, it's not a thing, because I really don't give a shit.
If you're married. But if you're not married, living together, you have nothing.
I'm leaving with what I came with.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing, whether I got married or not, I'm leaving with what I came with. Because I don't want your shit. We can work towards a goal or whatever, but at the end of the day, if I'm with you, it's not because what you can give me or what you have.
Look, right, so there's more women leaving with half than men leaving with half. What if you're a man and you came in with nothing? And your woman had more than what you had. Now you're leaving with what you didn't have. Because there are men that come in with shit into a relationship. And now you leave with more than what you had.
All right, I give you that. More women do leave with half. But also think about it. Women get paid like 84 cents on the dollar compared to men. So yes, men are making more than women. And if you're a minority woman, you're making a whole lot less than that 84 cents. So yes, I'm going to leave with some shit if I did get married to you, because you're definitely making a whole lot more than I am. Point blank. Unless you're dating someone above your station who's making a whole lot more than you, most men will be giving up some unless there's a prenup.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 7:41.
Yeah, let's move on to the next because... Next!
I don't know. Because I've seen...
If you marry a guy that has money, would you prenup?
Well, he's probably going to want a prenup because he has money. Unless I can convince him a reason not to prenup.
Listen, if I married a man that had a lot of money, like, I would get a prenup. Yes. I would make sure that I benefited from that as well. If I'm going to marry you and I'm going to be married to you for 7 years, I'm going to get money for every year that I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do stuff for you too. It's not like, oh, you have money and I'm just going to sit there pretty. I'm pretty sure you're going to require some stuff from me. Like this bonbon right here, you're going to require stuff from me because you have money. So it's not like I'm coming in and I'm gonna be sitting for like a whole year doing nothing. I'm pretty sure you're requiring stuff from me. Oh, what? Okay, agree to disagree. We would get a prenup. We're saying we would. Anyway, all right. Next topic.
What's the next topic?
Next topic is, should you insert yourself in your child's love life?
Oof. Only if he's hitting her. Or if it's domestic violence, point blank. I don't want to say him, her, because it goes both ways. If there's domestic violence, no.
Let me tell you what.
You won't get involved even if
No. I'm going to get involved. Not only if she's cheating on my son, and listen, these little eyes see it.
All right, so question, if your son's cheating on her, you going to cover for him?
I'm not going to cover for him. I'm going to be like, yo, I didn't see this because you ain't bringing scallies into my home.
But that's the thing.
Different
What
scallies.
if it's not at your home? At this point, let's say they grown. They have their own apartment, and you saw him at the supermarket.
I'm going to be like, yo, you're going to tell her, right? You're going to tell her? You're going to tell her? Because I'm going to tell you to tell her. Because you're going to tell her.
Okay.
And if I see her, I'm going to be like... I'm going to be like, you telling my son, right? Because I'm about to whoop your ass right here. No, I'm just kidding.
So what if they both have, like they didn't tell you, but they both decided to have like an open relationship? So here you are thinking she's cheating or he's cheating, but they have this complete understanding.
If they have an understanding, they better tell me, because if I see them somewhere, it's going to be on and popping. Because there's no way. None of you are going to tell me you're going to see your child's significant other with somebody else and you are not going to say nothing. Your baby boy. Your baby boy's girlfriend is making out in the club with another guy. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be like...
I'm going to be like, hey, what are you doing? Come on by. That's how me think myself in. I'm telling you to come on by.
Because
if
I'm going to be like...
You see it.
I need to know. Okay, I'm not a mother hen. Listen, if they're having an argument, if they're having a discussion, if they're having finance issues, if they're having whatever type of issues. Now, domestic violence, you ain't putting your hands on my kid ain't putting his hands on you. I'll definitely step in there. I'll be like, whoa, you need to take a breather. I won't see you cheating on my son unless you guys tell me we're in an open relationship. I'll be like, oh, wow, have fun. Do yous, boo. Do yous. But if I see you being unfaithful to my son, any one of my kids, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be like, here's my cell phone. That's my son's number. You better call him before I do.
So let's say you catch his girlfriend cheating on him. You tell her, like, you need to say some shit. She goes and tells him, and then they decide they're still going to work it out. Are you going to have some feelings towards her? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's his relationship, so you shouldn't
That's his relationship. If he wants to forgive her, he can forgive her. If I want to put some Clorox in her food, then I'm going to do that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. If he wants to forgive her, that's on him. He's grown, he can do that. But she will make my son aware, because my son's not going to walk around like a dumbass with some horns coming out of his head.
Yeah.
I'm old school, so if my son is not acting like a gentleman, he gets dealt with. We don't praise who breaks the code. Clorox. You put a little Clorox in her cereal. No, we don't praise. Antifreeze.
It's sweet.
We don't praise who breaks the code. What do you mean by that? What does he mean by that?
Guess yo, do I look like a guy?
I don't know. But other than that, I probably wouldn't put myself in my child's situation now. If my child comes to me, like, for some advice, then, I'll give my child some advice. But for me to insert myself in my child's situation, no. What would you guys do? Okay, I know
some of you guys have kids, so there's no reason for y'all to be so quiet.
Now, I know I have boys. Now, what about you men who have little girls? Daddy's little girls. If you caught her little boyfriend cheating on her, what would you do? I want to know, because it's different when it comes to dads and little girls.
And let's not just say cheating. Let's say, what if your daughter's home and you hear her on the phone flirting with someone else? Do you say something to her? Do you say something to her significant other? Do you just let it go, act like you didn't hear anything?
So are you the bleach patty now? Don't put nothing past me. If you don't know, it'll take too much to explain. Can't do it here. Okay? You gotta tell me later. But I want to know from a male's point of view, if, come on, tight, fast. You have daughters.
Yes, I do.
And you're very close to your daughters.
I am.
What if you...
All my kids get the same treatment. That's it. Boy or girl. I don't discriminate on gender. Now, if they're the one cheating, I'm not butting in, but I'm going to be like, look, there's consequences to this bullshit. If they do it back to you, whatever, karma. If they're the one being cheated on, I'm going to tell them the same thing. If they find out, they find out. Consequences, karma. If they find out by me, that's a different story.
So, now my question is, what if your children bring home one girl or boy one day, and then a couple of days later bring home a different?
I'm gonna be like, are y'all dating or just talking? Like, are y'all like in a monogamy? Like, y'all talk this out and y'all think y'all only dating each other? Because you can date multiple people. So before I jump to any conclusions, I need to have a conversation with my kids and be like, all right, so like, are y'all just dating other people, feeling each other out? Like, or is this, she thinks y'all strictly together and you just being a dick? Because I'm not going to censor it because it's my kids. You getting full-blown treatment too.
See, I want to look at everybody's perspective on this. Just because my kid is going to college, and I am kind of looking forward to what is going to be happening in my home. Like in high school, he hasn't really wanted to date anybody because he's focusing on school. But I think college is something different.
He doesn't want to have to introduce you to them.
Why do you have to be like that for? It's not that bad. Anyway, gotta give perspective, and for every action, there's a reaction. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. I'm not that bad. I think I try to stay out of, even if they're my children, you have to remember these are little human beings, and they're growing into their own form, their own adults, and they're going to make mistakes just like we made mistakes. Sometimes we have to take a moment and think back to what we did and the mistakes that we made as little human beings as well. And our parents gave us advice. Did we take it? Number one. Did we really listen to what our parents were telling us? No. And my dad used to tell me all the time, do you have to hit rock bottom before you take advice? And I used to sometimes think, I used to be like, yeah, I kind of have to hit rock bottom before I take advice. It's the same thing for our children. Our children will not take advice before they hit rock bottom. And we cannot get in it. Like, we can't, honestly, we can't get in it.
You can't force them.
We can't force them. They have to make their own mistakes sometime. And as much as we bang, 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 but there are some things that we can get in without having to feel bad about it, I guess, so to say. And I definitely think domestic violence is one of them. And I do think having multiple partners is another one, whether we like that or not. What are some other things that we can say that we should be able to get in? Oh, if they're failing in school, that's another thing that we should be able to intervene. If they're traveling down the wrong path.
Addiction. Because you know how sometimes you pick up habits because you're with your partner?
Yes. If their partner has a bad addiction and they think that they can save them, step in. Step in as a parent and get in there and make sure your child is not involved in that. If they're hanging out with the wrong crowd.
That one, I'm like, because sometimes you could hang, because I mean, look, I'm thinking my personal experience, because depending on who was looking in, they'd be like, you're hanging out with the wrong crowd. What happened to me? I've never been locked up. My grades never suffered. Never even got suspended. Like, it's my decision. People don't, like, it depends on your child. You have to learn. Are they one of those followers? Are they strong-willed? Like, you have to know your child before you can step in. I was like, I had no problem being by myself. So that never bothered me.
I'm sorry. I should have rephrased that. Like, if they're hanging out with the wrong crowd, such as gang members.
Oh, then yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't want to say, like, I don't know. Man, that was a bad example. I was going to say, like, drug addicts, because I hanged around with the kids that smoked weed and stuff. I mean, I did it once or twice in school, and then I got paranoid, and I stopped doing it automatically.
Yeah. I mean, I hung out with people that smoke cigarettes. Like, I didn't pick up those habits. I smoke weed once in a blue, but actually, I smoke more now than I did back then. It's like, shit. I'm gonna be honest. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it really takes on you knowing what type of personality you have.
So I guess all I can think about is like gang members. That wasn't a good example.
Nah, but I mean, I'd be a little concerned because whether they decided to join the gang, I'd be worried that they'd be swept up at the wrong place, wrong time, stray bullets. Like, there's so much. Or if they get, like, you in a car with a gang member and they have drugs and use it and know when the cops pull them over, now you looking at jail time because you were there and they're not going to believe your ass.
Yeah.
Especially because, no offense, I'm not white, so you a minority.
You'll get it worse.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really think there's any other reason you should be stepping in into your child's love life.
No, although, talking about stepping in your child's love life, because remember I told you about like these women groups and stuff like that. There's this one where this lady was talking about, she was pregnant.
Who was pregnant?
The lady's pregnant. She gives birth. They have to do a C-section, so she's drugged up. She had told her husband the child's name. Like, oh, when the baby's born, we're going to name him this and this. He's like, okay, well, she's drugged. He spoke to the mom, and the mom was like, oh, I don't like the spelling of the middle name. Change it to this way. She's not going to know. And she's like, and if she gets mad, she'll forgive you. So the husband, being the punk ass bitch he is, fucking listened to the mom and did it. So the mother of the child, of the baby, did not find out till like the baby was like 3 months. Meanwhile, the mother-in-law wrote like a Christmas card and put the spelling of the middle name of how she wanted it. It wasn't until the mother looked at the birth certificate and stuff and was like, so she blew up at her husband, and her husband was like, I didn't want to deal with my mom, so I just listened to her.
Wow.
And then, they separated. And the mother-in-law called her and was like, oh my God, you're being a little petty bitch. Like, get over it. And she's like, no, it's not about being a petty bitch. Like, you clearly didn't give a shit you didn't respect my boundaries. You didn't respect my decision, and neither did he. So y'all can fucking stay together. So it was because she posted it because she was like, am I in the wrong? Like, am I blowing it out of proportion? Is it not worth, like, should I just suck it up and stay in this marriage? That's basically what she was asking. And people told her, like, hey, if he's going to listen to his mom on this, what else is he going to listen to her on? Like this is gonna be a constant thing. What do you think? I mean, the mom definitely was overstepping her boundaries.
Yeah, but I think if I am with someone and he's going to listen to his mom, then there's no point in us being together. You're with me now. You're not with your mom. You want to listen to your mom? Go be with your mom. That plain and that simple. Once you're with me, you stop being with your mom. That plain, that simple. I don't know. I guess I'm a petty. But, that is all that we have before Instagram cuts us off.
Yeah.
We do want to let you know ahead of time, April 22nd, we will not be airing. We have prior arrangements that we will not be available. Don't forget on Tuesday to submit your topics.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I apologize for whatever happened on Wednesday. The live did not record. I know some of you got to see me on live Wednesday night, like around 10 o'clock at night, but some of you didn't. It didn't record. For some reason I posted and it didn't post. So I apologize for that. Any other things?
I can't think of anything.
Well, we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe.
And good night.
Good night.